Good job. I'm going to do some quick moving here because our next performers are going to do a podcast for you. Normally, they would be doing this in the quiet of their recording studio. However, for your benefit, they would like to do that here. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to okay. Are you okay with that? Okay. But they're doing such a great job. Very impressed. I've got to get their fake, pardon me. I think these are working. Okay, these are totally fake. Okay. Podcast on dyslexia, folks.
Hi, my name is Jeremy Webster-Hawkins, and today here with me is Harry Cunningham. Today on our podcast, we'll be talking about dyslexia, which is a hot topic in the acting and directing world, with names like John Cruise, Johnny Depp, Will Smith, and Steven Spielberg, all letting the world know they too have suffered from the difficulties of dyslexia. Now it's time to shed some unknown light on this unknown topic. And later on, we will be having a special guest. We won't give it away just yet, but this guy should be known for many years of hit plays. So stick around for this week's topic, Dyslexia Dilemmas.
According to the Understood organization, dyslexia is a specific learning disability in reading. Kids with dyslexia have trouble reading accurately and fluently. They may also have trouble with reading comprehension, spelling, and writing. So this organization is calling dyslexia a learning disability. That's interesting.
This is interesting because the Mayo Clinic defines it this way, and this is a quote. Dyslexia is a disorder that involves difficulty reading due to identifying speech sounds and learning how they relate to words, and other words known as decoding, end quote. What I'm noticing is that the different corporations vary between it varies between agencies reporting on it. The Mayo Clinic defines it as a learning disorder.
I wonder if that's because the study and understanding of dyslexia is still emerging.
That's a great thought, Harry.
So let's look at the definition of dyslexia by the International Association of Dyslexia. Dyslexia is a language-based learning disability. Dyslexia refers to a cluster of symptoms that result in people having difficulties with specific language skills, particularly reading. According to them, people with dyslexia can suffer from difficulties with oral and written language skills. They continue to state that dyslexia affects people throughout their entire life. They call dyslexia a learning disability because it can make it very difficult for a student to succeed in school without specific phonics-based reading instruction that's unavailable in most public and private schools.
That's right. In addition, if a child has dyslexia in more than several forms, they may qualify for special speech accommodations or dyslexia in more than several forms. They may have special education, especially designed education and special accommodations. Obviously, if you're going to research dyslexia, you have to be very picky about your sources because if not, you'll be getting some misinformation and end up feeling very puzzled. So, now we're going to move on and talk about a little of the history of dyslexia. In 1877, Adolf Cunningham, a German physicist, thought that the inability to read came from the physical processing in the eyes. He called it word blindness. However, in 1887, Rudolf Berlin, a German ophthalmologist, couldn't find a vision problem. He realized that the inability to read came from the physical processing in the brain. He renamed word blindness to dyslexia.
During the 1920s, Samuel Oren was at Columbia University. He studied kids with language processing problems. He worked at making a set of teaching principles and practices for children. At Columbia University, Samuel met Anna Gillingham. She was an educator. Dr. Oren and Anna Gillingham worked together for a long time to publish instructional materials that would help teachers. Anna combined the teaching methods from Dr. Oren. She was in information with her analysis of the English language. Anna Gillingham and Bessie Stillman wrote the Oren Gillingham Manual. We are now going to provide free advertising for some fabulous books on dyslexia. That's right. For those of you wanting to find out more about this topic, we feel these 3 books would be great first choices. Overcoming Dyslexia by Sally U. Shaywitz. After much research on the brain and dyslexia, Sally used data from functional MRIs, then wrote the book to provide clear, science-based information and advice for success with dyslexia.
Our second book is titled The Dyslexia and Empowerment Plan. This author is Ben Foss. It states that it is a blueprint for renewing your child's love of learning and your child's confidence of love of reading. It sounds like a great resource for parents. Our second book is titled My Dyslexia and written by Pulitzer Prize winner Philip Schultz. This book is endorsed by Dr. Sally Shaywitz herself. She said, "My dyslexia is a must-read. Like a recommendation like that, I would buy this book."
You don't have to buy the book. You have a copy in your hands.
You're so right. Never mind that. Let's just move on to the next portion of our show, the effects of dyslexia.
Here are some of the symptoms that many dyslexic people have. One of the first signs of dyslexia is when someone has trouble matching letters to sounds and it comes out wrong. That's called decoding words. Not only do dyslexic people have trouble sounding out words, many times we can't remember them.
Wow, that sounds intense. I've also read that they tend to overlook commas or smaller words like of and the. When reading, they just simply leave those out.
Someone with dyslexia may have poor writing or handwriting, and especially poor spelling. A lot of dyslexic people lose their self-esteem because they see many people who are reading and writing easily. It makes a dyslexic person feel really bad about themselves.
I think that we need to be clear about the English language. It has 40 phonemes with over 1,000 ways to spell them. We have many different spellings for the same phonemes. For example, the short E in fed. In friend, it's spelled I-E, and in said, it's spelled A-I. In leopard, it's spelled E-O, and in berry, it's spelled U.
It's just as difficult when the same spelling sounds different in different words. For example, the spelling O-U-G-H, it makes the U-F sound in tough, the open U sound in through, the open O sound in though, and the closed O sound in thought. Time for a shout out to our sponsors before I share our last segment of Dyslexia Dilemma. A big thank you to Sacramento's radio station 92.5 for airing our podcast. We appreciate you.
It's important for you folks to know, while dyslexia impacts learning, it is not a problem of intelligence. Kids and adults are just as smart as their peers. Many people have struggled and gone on to have dyslexia and gone on to have successful careers.
That's right, I've heard a lot of famous names like Will Smith, General Patton, and Jamie Oliver. There are specific teaching methods to help people with dyslexia. You heard us mention Oren Gillingham. A number of research-based reading programs are based on Oren Gillingham. Experts consider this the gold standard for teaching people with dyslexia to read.
As a parent who sends their kids to public school, you might automatically think that the school has every answer to your child's and tool's needs, but that's really not the case with dyslexia.
So as a parent, you're a child's #1 source of support. Here are some of the things that you can do. Look in the software, apps like auditory books and Chrome tools. Advocate for your child and help them to learn to advocate for themselves. Discover your child's strengths and make sure they have a balance of work, play, or interest. Keep an eye out for new technology that will help your child. Spell check, grammar check, and Frank spell checker.
These things are helpful, especially advocating in apps. Self-advocating is important to get the support you need to be successful. In wrapping up our show, we need to bring on our special guest. And now, for a special cameo guest. He's coming to say a quick hello. But first, a brief introduction. He is a man of action, a man of talents, a renaissance of sorts. Along with his adorable wife, he has built a school and taught thousands of students. He's not shy about working long hours and hard hours to make his dreams come to life.
That's right. He's a prince of perseverance, the maestro of math, and the successful play producer and director of well-known comedies including Snow White Light, The Night of the Rad Table, and our favorite, St. Francis and the Wolf Gubbio. Here he is, folks. Let's give a big round of applause for Stuart Demi.
It's a good show. I'm glad you guys decided to do a show. Thank you.
Hold on, they have a question for you.
Stuart, we're so glad you could come. Having addressed dyslexia for so long, how do you think we did on our podcast?
Superlatively.
Okay, good news for us. We can keep our day jobs. Okay, folks, we'll be signing off. Before you go, our next podcast will be on Porch Pirates, the newest of piracy, with most members. So come back and join us on the H&J Show.
You guys.